Now you're on track. Now you're on track. You're having fun. You're spinning all over the place for my beginners. You don't know what to do, so I'm gonna take you to a spot around here. So we arrived into the area. Well, I'm hopping in the grass. So this is the skid pad. We call a lot of us in the community use this area. Great area for learning purposes. Still, if you can come upwards to me, it's probably best to do this with a friend too, especially those who are learning on wheel. I made this mainly for you guys because definitely want to do this. So, all right, so getting into it. Just want to stay parked there. Just stay parked. First thing you want to do to get used to the force feedback. Typically, I like to say the best threshold of usage is about right about here. You want about that much of steering usage. You don't want a crazy amount. Once you get more advanced, then you can start to dig in a little bit more, because the more you dig in with this middle spoke here, you get to uncharted territory where the grip levels of Gran Turismo just can't register the steering lock. So you got to kind of, when you get to more of an advanced level, you kind of want to gamble around there. So, but you want to kind of want to stay in this green zone area right here between this um, 10 to 11 o'clock range, no more than 9 o'clock, no more than 12 o'clock, vice versa for the other side, no more than 3 o'clock, between 1 and 2 o'clock on the opposite end. So first you want to start off with donuts. See, I'm getting going, pop the clutch. You want to get out a good throttle application right there. If you guys can see my footwork, I'm just applying the throttle just based upon how much steering I am trying to keep. Oh, I'm tapping just a little bit right there, but the more throttle I'm asking for, the more steering I give, but the less throttle, the less of the steering. You just want to have a good balance. More steering you add, obviously you're going to have to add more throttle. It's going to throw you out wider. Oops, excuse me. So the more steering and you add, the wider it's going to push the car out. So that's why you got to find that balance to keep the speed and lock. So the reason why I'm able to keep it at full lock, because at this modulation level, that's how much steering it's going to ask me to rotate for me to go around him perfectly, circle and linear like that. So you just want to practice to where you're able to smoothly do this and modulate. Yeah, obviously you can widen it like I'm doing right here. I'm giving it more steering. Oh, see, like I said, there's that threshold in Gran Turismo. Which you can mess with it with the camber, but that's a story for another day. Which most of this I have tested with different camera settings. I don't have you like in the footage, but I'm about to finish explaining. So, yeah. So you just want to get to a point where you're comfortable, able to maneuver the car around. Even he can drive forward for you a little bit, so you're able to kind of get used to maneuvering the steering of going around the car. It's kind of chasing. It's kind of like chasing the objective here. See how I'm able to just balance the car. Look, I'm not even using my transmission settings that I normally use. I'm just diving straight into it. Don't really have much of anything else. So, all right. Now that you've done that, now you I want you to stay parked over there. You want to then get used to transitioning. Stay parked right there still. I'm gonna use you still to go over as a cone, but we're gonna do some figure eights. So just to get used to transitioning, you want to go around them as such. Then find that feel, let out, let the car wait. Steering, if you that's how you know if the car is set up right. That's the main goal and objective of doing figure eight. You just want to catch the weight as you're going around set objective. And as you can see in my footwork, I am doing that. As I'm letting off, I'm back on it. You know, it's kind of like a swoosh swash. So when you let off, you got to kind of feel the axle. You got this is the diff. This your back wheels. It's like a spinning thing. When you let out, it's gonna want to shift the weight. Every time you let out, the wheels are gonna want to shift on the rims, especially when that grip wants to modulate. Alright. Once you master and start able to comfortably, I would say, do that, because once you're able to do these things properly, that's when you know you're used to the force feedback. That's when you know you're used to the driving and the environment and how the force feedback works. Now I would say you're ready for your first initiation. To initiate, the easiest one on Gran Turismo, I would say, is a Scandinavian flick. Wait out there, then over here, then backwards in, then kick it out, then boom. Oop, wasn't in the right gear, but you will find the gear as you go along. And there's power over. See how that wheel, how I nudged it inwards and then nudged it back out without having the weight shift over. That's how you get the weight to, that's how you get the wheels to counteract the front end to get the rear end to come out a little bit more. Shifting that weight on the front end, on the front end. And then there is the brake entry. Just like power over, you want to come in with a lot of speed, use the brakes. Oh, bad example. I needed a little bit more speed. So next is brake drifting. Well, not brake drifting, but brake drift entry. You're gonna load the front axle with the brakes as you before you initiate. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna load that front end, and then boom, you're gonna use the gas to kick it out, like how I did there. Probably I could do a little bit better example of that, but you definitely just blip the brakes, load the front axle, the rear end's going to kick out, because what's going to happen is it's going to want to push the car inwards because of where the weight wants to go. It's going to want to push it inwards, especially if you have your car set up right. That's what it's supposed to do. It's going to want to rotate outwards and push the car out. So I would say those or that you could do it that way too. There is another initiation, which is e-brake initiation, which I'm about to go ahead and do that one right now. And so you just want to go ahead. Oh, let's go. I messed up right there. Let's go up. Dude, I'm doing all this on stock trams. I'm drifting this car on stock trams. Next initiation is e-brake initiation. For those who are able to have it. So you want to get out to speed, get out to the corner, hit the e-brake, let it initiate. It will make your initiation shallow, but hey, you'll be able to continue to drift. What the e-brake specifically does though is it's more of a, this is more of a intermediate to expert explanation right here, but what it does is it strafes the car. It doesn't, it slows it down, but it doesn't shallow out the car, nor does it make the car move forward in any way. It's just kind of like a, you know, like a sideways moving, like a strafe. It's like boom, boom, boom. It's not like boom, boom. It's not, it's kind of like boom, not boom or boom. If that makes sense. I'm about to show you right now again. See how I was able to hit the e-brake. And yeah, so that is the basics for beginners and initiating the drift. The main thing is when you're initiating is just finding that perfect point where the front axle, when it rotates, you're able to power out of the corner. It's really hard to kind of perpetuate that. That's why I gave you guys those steering thresholds earlier in the video, because that's where you're going to be able to tell on Gran Turismo. On other sims, it's a lot different, but on Gran Turismo, this is how you would pretty much intentionally do it. As you can kind of see my steering and my throttle inputs, you can see how aggressive they are. You can, which some people can drive aggressively. You can adapt a driving style like how I have, but some people don't drive like that. Some people are just glass smooth with inputs. Like I have some drivers that I know that are like really, really smooth. You would think that they have a lot of movement, but they really don't. I don't have too much movement, but I do believe I still have some areas of improvement as far as this goes. But that is the beginners portion. Just make sure you guys continue to tune in. I'll go in depth on some tuning aspects. If you guys want to see more videos like this, where I maybe then go into in depth about intermediate techniques, you know, and I explain other ways that you're able to kind of improve your drifting from where you're at right now. I can definitely maybe offer some tips to those who are able, you know, wanting to know that information. I can definitely do that for you all. Just like the video, comment in the video that you guys like to see that. If there's any other questions in the video that you guys want me to go over with, please comment that as well. If you guys want the tune again, here it is at the end for this car. Like I said, I had the stock transmission in it, but there's different ways that I will go into the in depth in the tuning part of it that will get some people to understand. Right now, I just want people to get out and drive and get seat time so that they're able to control the car. But another thing, like I said, want to buy the brake controller and decrease it towards the front so it would be negative as you go along. Like, I'm gonna give you an example because I do have another one of these. I just wanted to show you guys that example where I use -5 because I like to do a lot of backwards injuries and big angle injuries and stuff like that. So I have it on -5. Some people are closer to having it at -3. I much rather have it there. And so you can definitely see my transmission setup's a little different for those who do want to put the transmission in and go for it with all that. So um, yeah, it is a tune on my other one, so you guys can see it. It's very similar to the last one. But yeah, that is it for this one, guys. If you guys want to see more, like I said, just comment, subscribe also, so that way I'm able to continue to provide this content for you. Make sure to follow all of our social platforms. We're on YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, and Instagram. I recently just opened the Facebook for us so that we're able to pretty much see the so that we're able to kind of see and reach more of an audience abroad, because I know a lot of people want to be able to experience this, but we definitely are trying to get out there and reach everyone that we can. Also, make sure to share the video as well. Share the video for those who want to see stuff like this. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Major League Motorsports out. Guys, take care.